Good morning. Welcome to Hallig Petrus. It is very early on a morning in August. I came in on high tide overnight, and I've been waiting for my lawyer's office in that building over there to open because I am buying property here. What might an American be doing on a small island in North Germany, you might ask? Well, let's not get into it now. I'll tell you later. So yeah, I have decided to move here from North America, where I have spent my life, from the United States. I don't speak German. I don't know anybody here. And I'm going to set up a farm. I saw a video tour of this beautiful place further over on the island here, I think. I don't know exactly where it is yet. And I needed a fresh start. It was time for a new place to call home. So here I am. My friends and family who are probably watching this video think I'm crazy, and that's why I'm making these videos. I want to let everybody back home in the United States know that I am doing fine. Everything is good here. Look, it's just so beautiful. How would you not want to be here? I love it so much already. So, I'm going to head in and sign a bunch of paperwork and spend a lot of the money that I have to buy this property that I've never seen before and a couple of fields. I'm going to set up a small farm here. I'm planning to raise some sheep and chickens, and I'll need some small fields to be able to feed them. So I've arranged with some farmers who have the crops I need to sell me their fields. So I will have crops in already, and I can start harvesting them right away. So I hope they're good harvests, and I hope I actually like the house that I'm buying. And I'm going to have a lot to figure out because I'm not a farmer. So this is going to be an interesting adventure. For the moment, I'm going to go do the paperwork. I will see you all in a few minutes as a new farm owner. Okay, well, there went half my money. But I now own a farm and a couple of fields. So let's take a stroll here over to the equipment dealer. I guess I have a lot of equipment to buy now. What do we have here? This is the main sort of town area. You can see water's right over there. Looks like we're at low tide now. Yeah, the ferry only comes in at high tide. And right now, the water's a long way from the top of the dock. So I had to come in overnight on high tide. And I think there's going to be a high tide again later today. So we got some kind of sewing or fabric shop, I guess. Oh. Bakery. I'm going to have to go in there later and check out what they've got. Dairy, okay. What is that? I do not speak German, so this is going to be an interesting place to live. The equipment dealer's over here a little bit. What is this? I don't know. Probably shouldn't be wandering into their property. I don't know what it is. So yeah, I had started out with 500,000. I will have more money coming in at some point when I sell my house back in the United States. I guess this is a carpentry shop. I see some wood out here. I have a house I'm trying to sell. I didn't want to wait for it to be sold in order to start my new life here, so I think I'll have more money coming in at some point. I'm going to need a lot of money because I have to buy a lot of equipment for this. I'm trying to keep things small here, I guess this is the equipment dealer. It looks like a workshop. I see a tractor in there. An equipment dealer that sells cheese and wheat? It's like a little deli convenience store in here. What the heck? Huh. I'm gonna have to get used to this place. Yeah, I'm trying to keep things small, so I'm going to have sheep and chickens, I think, just to keep me busy, and some small fields to keep them fed, and maybe make a little money off of selling wool from the sheep, or maybe some eggs from the chickens. I know that's not going to bring in much money. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life, to be honest, so this is sort of like an interlude for me to figure out what comes next. And it seemed like a really beautiful place to take that moment of peace and spend some time. So, I'm going to go inside and talk to somebody about some equipment and see what I can get lined up. Well, that was interesting. They don't actually have a lot of equipment here. Turns out on this island, which is very small, they don't get a lot of equipment delivered from the mainland. They generally have to order it special, and the equipment that is here on the island is often used and older, that's been here for a while. So I've told them what my plans are, and they're going to try to see if they can find some equipment for me. If anybody locally has things they want to sell, or maybe they can get something on a ferry. So for now, I have a bike. So let's hop on the bike and we'll go see my new place, I guess, while we wait to hear about the equipment that I need to start doing the work. Well, I'm not sure what I expected. I guess I should have known that living on an island would be a little different than living on the mainland. I've got directions out to my farm. I've never been there. It is a little bit weird to buy a place you've never seen before. It's fine. It's a beautiful day for a bike ride. Oh, I love how quiet it is. Got the birds and the seagulls, I guess? Oh, this is beautiful. Ah. Oh, no, don't get distracted. So the fields I bought, I believe, are mainly that way on the other island. Everything on this island is a larger field, more or less. None of the things I mean, I don't have a lot of money here, so I don't need a lot of whatever I'm gonna grow, just enough to feed my animals. And I think we're coming up to it. Well, that's not ideal. Huh. Let's just get off the bike here. What is... Well, this is supposed to be a grass field for me to grow grass on for sheep. This is supposed to have grass on it already for the sheep. There's no grass here. Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to somebody and figure out what happened there. Well, that's poopy. I thought this would be convenient because that up there is my new farm. Well, let's get up there and see the place anyway. Oh, this hill is going to be a pain to ride up. Although it'll be nice to go down. Okay, we got some bees. I don't know what this is. A little overgrown here. Let me just get off and park the bike. That'll be a nice thing to get around. Looks like they left some trash or something. What even is this? Metal? I don't know what I can do with that. Bees! Oh, don't stand in front of them. I don't know how to take care of bees. I don't know if there's somebody on the island who can help me figure that out. I honestly did not realize there were bees here. I did know about this. There's a greenhouse, which is excellent, because I was talking to the animal dealer and doing some research, and it looks like sheep, in addition to the grass and hay that they like, want some vegetables in their diet too, so I'm going to be growing lettuce or tomatoes, or both, in that greenhouse. This is a pretty little pond. I guess this is spring fed. So I can use this as a watering point for the greenhouse, since I can't actually use the ocean water, it's salty. And here's my new house. Okay, this is adorable. I like that a lot. That is somebody else's house. It's right next to this house. It's like, what, 2 feet away? They did not show that in the video. I kind of thought I was getting a little bit more space to myself. Oh look, my farm has a name. I don't know how to say that. I'm gonna have to learn German. At least a little. Alright, well, that's cool. And so intimidating. Got a little shed here. I guess this is maybe where the chickens will be? A little trough here. There's no... I guess the chickens are just loose? Interesting. What do we got back here? Oh! Well, that's nice. They left some tools, I guess. A table saw. Some wood. Does that mean I've got a wood-burning stove I'm gonna have to feed? What is that? Is that a cash box? That sure looks like a cash box. I wonder if the prior owner of this place was selling wood to other people on the island? Where would they get it, though? There's no trees here. There's just like a couple right here. Doesn't look like enough wood to sell. A little fire pit, that's nice. Well, that's nice. And then I guess this is... Oh. Honey from the bees. Already. There's the little... What is this? Oh, it's a pressure washer. Okay. So I can keep my equipment clean. I guess these are sheds for things. What goes in here? I guess this is just for storage? I mean, I'm gonna have some equipment to store. Oh, fire extinguisher, very good. Okay. There's some troughs in here. Oh, this is the sheep pen. Alright. Okay. Well, that's interesting. There's water in there. It looks like this may be plumbed into the water system, actually. So I don't have to give them water. That's helpful. Alright, well... I guess this is probably where I bring the sheep in and out. And, they've got a nice little open archway here to a nice fenced-in area. This is lovely. Oh, I'm gonna have some very happy sheep. That's great. Oh, the sheep have some bees too. There are a lot of bees around this property. I'm a little bit intimidated by that. Okay, well... There's another fire extinguisher, good to know. I don't know why I'm closing all these doors. There's nothing here. So I guess this is just another storage shed? Yeah, okay. Storage, and then I guess, I don't know what's up there. Cage things? I guess just more storage. Alright, great. Some pallets. Maybe this is for the bees. Alright, well, this is my new home. It is both more and less than I was expecting. There are definitely elements of it that I wasn't anticipating, like the neighbors being right on top of me over there. But yeah, this is nice. I like it. Okay. Well, what is this? There's more bees there. This doesn't seem to open. I'll have to ask somebody if they have any idea what this is for. Utilities. Alright, well. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with that field. It was supposed to be grass, and I guess I'll wait for the equipment dealer to give me a call about the equipment that I need to buy. My plan, if I can get the equipment to do it, it's so beautiful here, is to go harvest. One of my fields is ready to harvest, the new fields that I bought. It's on the other island. And I'd like to get that done to get started. The other field that I bought is going to be ready to harvest next month. And I was expecting to have grass to mow. And that isn't the case. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that. I'll see you all in a little bit. Well, okay. I'm back over here at the shop, and I've got my first piece of equipment. This is a little electric tractor, and the woman who works inside tells me this will be fine for grass work and things. And I've got on the back here some sort of spreader that can take lime and fertilizer. It turns out that field that's over by my place is, in fact, grass. Oh no. Is this too heavy to use on my tractor? I'm just tipping over. Alright, maybe I'll have to see if they have a front weight I can put on this. Back in a minute. Okay, well, fortunately they did have a front weight I was able to buy. So now I can actually drive this with the lime on the back. So, yeah, like I was starting to say, it turns out that the field that I bought that's by the farm is grass, but the prior owner apparently just recently plowed and cultivated it up and replanted it so that it would be fresh, high-quality grass, so it hasn't actually grown yet. I thought I was buying all fields that had crops fully ready to harvest in them, including the grass field, but apparently I was wrong. So this field has been planted, but it does need some lime to make it the most productive it can be. Put some nutrients back into the soil. I don't know if they were growing something different in there before. So, yeah, that is unfortunate. We're gonna have to wait for the grass to grow. I was kind of hoping to get the sheep soon, but if I don't have anything to feed them, then there's no point. So let's get on in here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spread lime on this field. And yeah, this tractor is mighty small. I think I'm gonna need something bigger for a lot of the field work, but this will probably work for the grass. Alright, I'm going to get into a time lapse and get some lime on this field. And the saleswoman at the dealer did tell me that they found a harvester that they're going to be able to get into sell me. It should be there soon, maybe within the next hour. And she said, because my fields are on the other island, I really need to get my equipment across to the other island before high tide, because the causeway will get flooded. So I'm kind of on a time crunch, apparently, to get this lime spread and then get over there with the harvester, and then I'm just going to be stuck on the other island until tide goes down again. So maybe I should bring some lunch. I don't have any food yet. I haven't even gone grocery shopping. Alright, these are all things for me to figure out later. For now, let's get some lime on this field. Okay, I am all done with that lime spreading. That was actually very short work. The lime spreader has a good working width. This bag is still here. I can't move it. It's too heavy for me to pick up. And I don't have anything to pick this up with. A front loader or a pallet fork or anything. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that. I have another tractor. This is an international. This is a little bit bigger than that tiny one that I got before. And I got some front weights on it this time, so I can have heavier stuff on the back and it's not going to be a problem. And I've got this little trailer. So this is going to be useful to transport the grain that I'm harvesting. And I will, I talked with the saleswoman, and these sides can actually be taken off of this trailer, so I can use it to transport bales whenever I have bales to transport. So let's get this over to the other island. I am mindful of the... Oh man, this thing drives interestingly. I am mindful of the tide coming in. So I want to get everything over there if I can. The harvester is on the way, so it should be here by the time I get back from the other island to pick it up. So hopefully I'll get everything over there before the tide comes in. We'll see. This is definitely a bit noisier than the electric tractor or the bicycle. I don't think I'm going to enjoy using this one quite as much. Alright, so they told me if I take a left here, that goes to the causeway. I think this is the place. And that's how I get over to the other island. And then the field to harvest that I bought is right there on that island when I get onto it. So let's go find it. I wonder what that is. Oh. I guess this is the causeway. They tell me this will flood when the tide comes in. So I won't be able to drive equipment across at that point. So I have to make sure my equipment is on the correct side when that happens. It's kind of a long trip between these two islands. I guess you're not making that trip in a hurry. I'm not on this piece of equipment anyway. Right, so this must be the field. Okay, let me put this out of the way over here. I think it won't be in the way of anything if I just park it here for the moment. That thing is noisy, but I need something with more power than that tiny tractor for the grass work. Okay, well, this is, they tell me this is oats. I would know this from looking at it, but this is one of the things that chickens will eat. And I see a lot of weeds in this field. Huh. I think this may not yield super great, but it should be enough to feed the chickens. I'm not going to get very many at first because I don't really know anything about taking care of chickens. So this should be enough for a while anyway. And then the other field is, I don't know. They said it's on the other side of that farm over there. I'll have to go check it out later. But right now I'm worried about getting all the equipment back here before the causeway floods. That's gonna be a long walk. Right, I have to go all the way over there and then all the way back to the equipment dealer. I'll just bring you back when I've got the harvester over here. Or something. Well, it took me a bit to walk back over there and get the paperwork sorted out. It is a little afternoon now, and I do think the tide is coming in. I think the water is closer to the causeway than it was, so I think shortly we're going to have trouble getting across. Here is my new harvester. This is about as no frills as you can get, which I guess is fine. I'm not planning to do a lot of harvesting. I'm not a farmer, just want to feed my animals. So this is what I got. It's got an open cab, very no frills sort of header, and I don't think it holds very much capacity wise. So that's why I got the trailer over here. I'm gonna have to empty it pretty often. I'm a little worried about this edge of the field here anyway, with this pole being so close. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a lap all the way around the edge of the field, and then I'll just harvest it. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, I'll get into a time lapse and we'll get this done. And then I'll check and see what the state of the causeway is. Guessing I won't be able to get back over there for a while. Alright, well, I guess I'm done harvesting for now. My little trailer, yeah, that's full. I'm not getting any more grain in there. And, the causeway is, in fact, underwater. So, I'm not getting this back across to the other island to empty the trailer, even if I wanted to. I'm just stuck here. So, the harvester is full. It has filled up again. Doesn't have a lot of capacity, and I still have probably 3 more passes to do, maybe 4. So I guess I'm just gonna have to wait until tide goes back down again, and then take this somewhere. I don't have any place to store this. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure out where to store this, and then come back and finish the job later. My understanding is that high tide stays high. Oh, probably 6 hours or so, it'll start going out again. So I might be able to finish the rest of this field at the end of the day. I guess it depends on how long it stays light out here. In the meantime, I guess I'll go sit on my harvester and eat my lunch and read a book. Maybe I'll see you later? I don't know. We'll find out. Well, I got bored of standing around and sitting around reading my books. I've been exploring this other island a little bit. This is the other field that I bought. This is sorghum. And it is supposed to be ready to harvest next month, I think. I hope. This is the other thing I would need for my chickens. They like to have more than one type of grain. And I was looking at the property map of the property I bought, and this field is, a decent size, similar to the other one, but it looks like my property actually follows along the edge of this hill here and goes out to, like, here? Or thereabouts? So I could maybe extend this field if I wanted to. I have the harvester. I would need a plow to do that. And it would be pretty big. Maybe I could make it 2 fields? I don't know really what I need yet. So I'm a little bit reluctant to make that change, but it seems silly to have all that space over there I'm not doing anything with. Anyway, so it is a scorcher today. It got over 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't know what Celsius conversion is. It was hot. It's not so bad now that the sun's starting to get lower. So I came up here, I found this little pond, and there's this little bench here, and it was sort of in the shade. So I sat here for a while, and that was nice. And it looks like this farm here is actually vacant right now. I don't know any of the people on this island. I don't know anybody anywhere yet. But this is a big operation. They've got these big old concrete bunker things. Some sort of big shed here. It's quite a place here. But yeah, I went the wrong way. My field is way over there. There's a direct route. I got confused. Anyway, it's very pretty. And the tide should be starting to go out now. So by the time I get back to my harvester, way over there in the distance, maybe it'll be low enough for me to drive back across the causeway. I think there's going to be sun for a bit longer, but I do think rain is coming. So I don't know, is this a field of some sort of crop, or is this a cow field? It's all fenced in. I imagine that whoever lives there, or lived there, would have a lot of equipment, and it would be expensive to run that. given that I'm under $100,000 already, and I still have more equipment I need to buy. Right, well, I'll see you all in a little bit again, hopefully with the tide going down. Well, that was a long day, but I did it. I got all the harvesting done anyway, and the crops back over here. It turns out I had no idea. This sort of building here, back in the day would have been used for like carrier pigeons or doves or whatever. I think they call it a dovecote. And now it's been converted to a silo, so I can actually store grain in here. So the door over here is a bit jammed, and the mechanism is pretty complicated about how it works. But I spoke with the lawyer, who is also the real estate agent for the island, and she told me about how this works. So now I've been able to store the oats in there. So I was hoping to do the straw baling, but it's getting dark and it's also going to start raining soon, which probably doesn't really bode well for the straw. Hopefully it will dry out and I can bale it later. So instead I'm going to take my little tractor over to the shop. They are open until 7 p.m. and get a little tanker that I can use to move water from this little pond here over into the greenhouse. It's very close. Oh, is that the lighthouse? That was bright. It's very close, but I have no way to get the water into that tank from here. If I could get like some sort of pump and hose system, maybe I wouldn't need a tanker at all. But I understand that the tankers have pumps in them, so I can pump water from the pond into the tanker, and then from the tanker into the greenhouse. I'm planning to get that started before I go to bed, because plants take time to grow, and I want to have everything ready for some sheep and some chickens, hopefully in a few months. So yeah, I'm going to get over there and do that off camera. I hope you enjoyed this. I think this is going to be a lot of what this series of videos is going to be. Me doing farming in small fields and random errands, and hopefully I'll get to know the locals a bit. Find out some more. Wow, that is very bright, that lighthouse. Find out some more about the people who live here, what this island is about, and maybe eventually I'll tell you why I'm here and not in the United States. We'll see. I hope you'll join me next time.